Monday again.
Yep.
Here we are.
We are. Power and Speed, 908-751-0211.
Like us on Facebook and iTunes if you could.
That was nice sentiment there, Thaddeus.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I just got owned before about people following us. I didn't know they all followed us on Facebook.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
We're being
I was like, I think we got one.
Tad's like, no.
We got like 1 million. Hey, so follow us on Facebook too. I think that's important.
But when you like something, don't you automatically? Listen, if there's a guy in this room that don't know about Facebook, it's me.
Yeah, well,
Our button pusher.
I only know one step more than you do.
I think if you like someone, you automatically follow them, and then you have to unfollow them. I don't think that. I think you got to make a conscious decision to follow them. Well, I don't think so, because I got some bullshit in my timeline that I had to go through the other day and thin out.
You might be right. I don't know. Tad?
It wasn't me.
You're a social media guy.
Yes,
That's really what you were hired to do.
and I just explained to you before that we have followers.
So you're succeeding, is what you're telling me.
He actually did, I guess.
To an extent. So.
All right. We suck.
So anything new happened today? Anybody? Bueller?
I broke a tooth.
I didn't get my hot tea.
I know.
Which I asked
With
for.
extra sugar?
I humped that.
Oh, so you saw it?
Yeah.
You saw the text?
Yes.
Yeah,
Tad, could you pick me up? Tom, could you pick me up a tea?
Well, you're lucky I didn't put a nasty
You
mark
should.
to it.
Well, it didn't matter. Whatever you posted, flip the timeline up, and I didn't see it.
All right.
Yeah, and Tom adamantly sat down and said, no, didn't get it. I'm waiting for my apology.
So next time I'll put something real snarky on there so he'll be forced to
Well, it
read
was actually blamed on you.
Yeah.
But other than the tea debacle,
After the fact.
after the fact.
has anything interesting happened today that we can think of?
Yeah. Well, it's one big thing.
What?
The Electoral College has spoken, man.
I thought you got a light bar.
Wait a minute.
No light bar shit yet.
Yet.
That's the Electoral College is out on that for a while, but you didn't hear?
No, who won?
Some guy. Come on, you know who won.
You mean that this whole thing failed?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Well, they're not done.
They couldn't accomplish that?
Come on, man. It's not over. It's not over till it's over.
Losers.
It's not over till his hands on the Bible.
Yeah.
In their world.
It's over. It's over.
Well, do they still put their hand on the Bible?
Yeah, I think they do.
Didn't he admit to being
Not for long.
an atheist or no? Or
Who?
Trump.
Just sit there when the grown-ups are talking, because he got like more evangelical vote than anybody has in the longest time. So you think he got that by being, hey, that God guy up there? I don't believe in that dude.
Maybe they're converted.
Tad, just stop. Please stop.
Yeah.
I did say that of all things, their particular plan to derail the electors actually works so well that Hillary lost votes. She actually lost votes.
That's awesome.
She lost votes. And the greatest thing is the only chance they had here, if they really wanted to stop him, was to have everybody not just vote against Trump, but they had a
Flip-flop.
So they would go from one to the other.
Well, they had to go to Hillary.
Right. So like what you said before, could you imagine if they said, okay, look, we got to turn 38.
Yep.
So if we turn 38, we could get to the point where Hillary's got the nod. Well, they had these other guys voting for Colin Powell, Ron Paul, and Faith Spotted Eagle. What the fuck is that all
is
about?
That like
That's a libertarian candidate.
Is it?
No, I don't know. It's it sounds like it could be an American Indian, right?
I have no fucking idea. Incredible. So sorry for all you anti-Trump people, but you're beat.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not. Not even in the littlest bit. No. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I am. I really am. And I've said it before. I'm sure a bunch of people that are listening are probably like, well, fuck them guys. Okay. See ya. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. Don't care.
That's right.
You don't put dinner on my table, baby. I don't care. You're out.
I don't care either.
So,
Tad, you care?
And I'm just reading. Somebody posted an answer to a question I asked.
Oh, okay. We'll get to that.
We'll
later.
get to that.
Is it a good answer?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. And therein lies the problem.
Yeah. Therein lies the problem.
Yeah, we'll get to that. What happened with you? Anything? Light bar?
Why? Now, wait a minute. Is there anything wrong with trying to make the best decision you can to get something? I mean, seriously.
No.
It seems to be I'm getting chastised over looking at different light apparatus for the truck.
You spent
Apparatus?
45 minutes discussing light temperature for a light bar that you're going to look at twice a year when you're plowing snow.
It might be used other times.
Light temperature.
4,500 would be ideal.
You're a mess.
5,000 gets a little blue. 6,000 out of the question. We will have none of that.
And therein lies the problem.
But it would be.
Yeah, I know. You can't even keep a straight face with yourself.
Why can't I? Can I really have no joy in anything? Really?
No.
I mean, do you have to just? This is kind of what I want.
I am.
It's called getting old, Mike.
Yeah, you're right. You're a grumpy old guy.
You are.
I shouldn't be talking with the level of watches that I own. You guys should gang up on me one day.
I
never got a chance to. So
I don't particularly know enough about watches to know if you were a retard or not. I mean, I know that the cost of some of them was insane, so that might, lend to a little bit there.
Yeah.
I heard he does good on flipping them, though.
That's true. That is true. Ted's stalking me.
So about the only other thing that I got I got my snowblower.
Yeah, I know.
We're ready.
I'm actually jealous about that.
That's cool.
I mean, I have a Honda, but I don't have the
Honda?
Yeah, well, that's what he bought. I bought a Honda a couple of years ago because there's nothing like them. And then Mike bought
I didn't buy the hybrid.
He bought the aircraft carrier of snow.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the one with the brain that knows when to go out and come back and do all that stuff.
No, and they do make a hybrid one that apparently has a generator and a battery, and
that's crazy.
It is crazy. Huh? It is crazy. It's also like $9,000.
It's the Prius
of snowblowers.
Yeah, it's an awful lot of money. I can let that one go. But no, I got my snow, so I'm ready. I mean, everything. It's been, and now we're leading up to Christmas.
Yep.
That we all get fucked on because it's Saturday and Sunday, and then what day is New Year's? Sunday.
Same. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday.
Screwed.
I know.
No extra time. Nice.
Well, not really. Not for me. I get laid off. So.
Are you off the week between?
Probably.
Yeah, we've been off the week between forever.
What's normal there? Is it companies do this, or because retail establishments?
Hardly anybody does what our owners do.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think a lot of people do that.
What, pay everybody that work for them to be off for a whole week between Christmas and New Year's?
Well, a good place.
I didn't know about the paying part, but I mean, giving everybody off.
No,
Wait a minute. When you give somebody the day off, you got to pay them?
No, you don't have to.
Okay, well then maybe you guys are being a little nicer than you have to be. But I mean,
yeah, well, they are.
For a company being closed between,
I don't think many people close the whole time. Is what I'm saying.
Right, but depending on where Christmas and New Year's fall, you'll end up with a period if it fell on a Wednesday, and then
right.
Then you end up with 2 days off the week before, 2 days off the week after. Right. And then it just all kind of works out. But this is a weird situation.
Yeah, if Christmas Eve is on let's say a Wednesday, that means Christmas is on Thursday. They don't make you come in on Friday. So yeah, you do get a bunch of time. But this year it kind of
screwed us all.
Yeah, the calendar gods weren't nice.
Well,
what is that? What does that mean?
What?
What?
Phone call.
We have a phone?
Yes, we do.
Wow.
But we didn't even talk about who's calling in because this really ought to be fun.
I think it will be. I mean, we've all been on the Facebook page, right?
Yes.
And
Engine Building 101 or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've talked about this in the past. If you needed information, I have resources, people I would call that I respect, that I could ask questions to.
And me.
And you and Tom. I could call Tom if I really, just wanted a hip shot answer.
Tom, what heat range light should I get?
Yeah, I know. Well, 4200 would be.
How do I fix this? Buy a manly push rod. That's a standard answer. Manly piston, it'll fix it.
It worked most of the time.
But we have questions that we don't know the answer to, so we look to somebody who should be above our level of knowledge in the particular area to get a good answer.
Yep.
And I mean, we all do it. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm doing it right now with the turbo stuff and everything else. And I have to pick and choose the people I ask.
Luckily we know a lot of people.
We do. And that is a huge asset, that if I needed to know something, I could find the right person to ask. Now, we have this enormous resource in front of us called the internet.
Oh, I thought you meant Ted.
No. No. Sadly, no.
Well, you said enormous.
Hey, now.
Sorry, Ted.
You would like to hope that somehow or another that we could get to a point where the internet could be a place of information and knowledge and learning.
Knowledge.
I think the automotive side is just one that's going to be really tough to do.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's the level of nitwits that like cars. I don't know if it's the level of people that have cars that want to talk about cars. I don't know what it is.
I don't think it's relegated to cars. I've seen it in a lot of walks of life on the internet, and it's kind of sad. But well, you know what? Let's not let the cat out of the bag. Let's introduce our. You want to introduce our guy, and let's get his take on this thing.
Well, I mean, first, before we bring him in,
we got a question already.
No, before we bring him in, we got to be really careful here and say that we're not trashing this resource, because there's always good. This is no matter what resource you're looking at on the internet, you can usually find, you can weed through the bullshit and you can get the right answers.
Yep.
You can.
Yep.
But you have to be smart enough to read between and figure out. Yeah. And it's not even so much the lines in this. It's you need to look at what the guy posts, and if he says something else stupid, that is inaccurate, well, then everything else he says is invalidated. Because, well, yeah, I mean, and that's really what you have to do. I mean, you have to do it with anything. If you can ask somebody a qualifying question, like if I said, Tom, can I use a titanium valve on the exhaust side of an alcohol motor?
And I said 7.
Well, I need to call another manly guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, or like the better question is severe duty.
Yep.
On an exhaust side.
That's a great question.
Yep. Can you do that?
Nope, you shouldn't.
What? You mean your severe duty valve doesn't work with an alcohol engine?
Michael?
No, Michael.
No, Michael. No, the temperature range that clearly states in our book, but we know from past usage that the temperature range of alcohol doesn't really get the severe duty valve into its happy operating temperature.
See, now there's a nice qualifying question that Tom should know what he's talking about, because I happen to know that if you put those valves in the motor, they will break. So now you would hope that all the other questions you could ask are accurate. So always look for qualifying questions, but we're gonna bring Anthony on here, and I hope I'm saying his last name right. Hang on, let me pop him in.
You didn't even say where he's from.
Anthony, we have Anthony Burton from Engine Building 101. Is it Berton? Is that how you say it?
Yep, that's it.
Perfect.
Welcome.
Yes.
And we're trying to be careful here to not trash the resource, because there is good information there. But Engine Building 101 was a Facebook group that you started. Can you give us how you started or what made you do this?
Actually started it with the points you guys were making, actually. I was on Facebook. It was a Facebook group, and they were talking about main bearing clearances. And this guy asked, and he had a very expensive engine, and he, was just asking for advice, about where would he run it? And the advice that people were giving him was, oh my God, it was so bad. They were saying, 10,000 would be all right on main bearing clearance on this engine that's supposed to be over 1,000 horsepower. It was insane.
Sure.
And it just got me fired up, so I started the group, and I got a few friends to help me with leasing it and stuff like that, and it ended up getting really big.
Well, I mean, really big is what I would consider probably an understatement, because now you've got just under 40,000 members. That's a pretty substantial
It
group.
is. It's a lot.
Yeah, it sure is. Now, the big question of the day is,
of those 40,000.
Of those 40,000,
Go ahead. Good.
How many can we listen to? And this is, This is the frustration. And I mean, we've all talked about this because just about, and I agree with Tom. It doesn't matter if it's cars or whatever. It's hard to find accurate answers.
Yeah.
So now we've got a massive resource of information, and we have to know how to sift through it.
And it's difficult. Go ahead, Anthony. What's your thought on that?
Well, it seems like a lot of people have their own opinions about how like everything goes, but what the best thing you can do is look on it, see people who are consistently giving out good information, and then listen to those people. It makes it much tougher for like the internet, because anyone can go on, anyone can comment, and a lot of people, say their cousin or uncle did this, and it ends up, making the information really like muddy. And the beauty of this group is a lot of like very like high up people that build engines for a living, build racing and like winning racing engines and everything like that. So it helps out. There's a lot of good information there. You just have to know how to look for it and where it is.
I've looked through it a bunch of times. And I actually engaged in trying to answer some questions. Like there was one particular guy that had a tractor puller, and
everybody knows that Mike knows tons about tractor pullers.
Yeah, I'm loaded with information. So I looked at it, and I mean everything he was describing. Like if you read his post, like kind of, he was pretty detailed and explained what was happening. And he has a Moroso oil pan, the typical kind of regular oil pan that goes to like a V at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just gets wider in size.
Double kick out type thing.
But it's not a double kick out like we would think, like around
no, not
the windage
down the side.
area.
Right.
At the very
just
sump.
at the sump, yeah.
He had a lot of oil in it. And he says he starts out his pull and the oil pressure falls back like 15 pounds by the end.
Yep.
And everybody's everything. I mean, your oil weight's wrong. You need to use this. You're pumping the oil to the top. Your restrictors aren't small enough. I mean, just
too much rear end gear.
Down the list. So I just wrote in there. I said, look, I have experience with stuff like this. I'm pretty sure he's foaming the oil, and he would want to use a thinner oil to help get the air out of the oil a little easier.
Yep.
And I got abused.
Yep.
And I argued for a few minutes, and then I gave up.
And that's all you can do. And you know what? I want to qualify something here for Anthony, because I promised him that he was not going to get trashed, and he's not going to.
No, I'm not. I know
his
resource is awesome.
Yeah.
It's great because there is good info.
And I was telling him years ago, I got on CTSV when I had one, and then I got on Naziok when I bought the Subaru.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want the Ministry of Misinformation, you need to go to Naziok, because it's actually alarming how it is. So anyway, go ahead, Anthony. Tell us something. Give us a success story if you can. Not yours.
What do you mean?
like maybe a cool story that somebody asked a question and got the right answer, and then set a world record or landed on the moon, something.
I think the coolest thread that I was in recently was a one with Scott Foxwell, and we were talking about compression ratio and like the effective compression ratio, dynamic compression, and a lot of people are bringing in the camshaft into that discussion, and it was a huge amount of information. It was great. It just he basically proved that if you're want to run a certain compression ratio, you really should not be considering the cam. Those two shouldn't be related, And the way he explained it all, he went in great detail and everything. It was a very enlightening thread.
That's pretty cool. We're going to have to look for that one. I'd be interested in looking at that.
Well, I think there's, like I said, there's probably some good information. And I have seen nuggets and pieces and valid information. Like a guy was asking a question. He was asking, I can't remember what it was. And the guy, I think it was about valve spring pressure. Well thought out, saying there is no basic right and wrong answer. It depends what you're doing and why. It depends on valve weight. And then even that in the end becomes more a matter of harmonics. I mean, it was a well thought out answer. So they are there. I would like, if possible, and I mean, I know the moderators probably try to do the best job, but there's probably not a way to do it on Facebook to like flag people, like put the S flag on them that you're stupid and you shouldn't be able to answer anymore.
Probably not.
Because there's a lot of them. I mean, to me, the success story is going to be look, after talking to that guy with the tractor puller, I know that's what's happening.
Yep.
I am sure that's what's happening.
Yep.
And I'm hoping at some point he writes back in, look, this guy was right. And I just get to post like a middle finger in that thread because I'm trying to think where this went down. It went oil weight, restrictors, RPM, blow by. I mean, there was a whole sequence of events.
Yeah.
And people were thinking that the thing's sucking all the oil out through the breathers. He probably had a small diameter breather hose.
Yep.
And it was just, so there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Anthony, can you think of any ones that are particularly bad off the top of your head? And I know that's a rough thing to ask you.
Wait, anyone I banned?
No, any particular threads that got particularly bad,
like off
for
track,
misinformation,
like wrong. Yeah.
Oh yeah, tons. We had it's funny, we have like this arrows that most of the rules in the group are because of some thread that went crazy or a string of multiple threads that went crazy over the course of a few days. Like our Plastigauge thing, we don't let anyone recommend Plastigauge to anyone because there was a time when everyone was recommending Plastigauge and we're like, oh my God. I mean, sure, like that's acceptable in some things, but it wasn't the point of the group, We want to give people the most accurate thing and all that. So we had a Plastigauge thread. We had people that would just say LS swap it all the time, and that was the worst thing. People would be like, how can I get some power out of my small block Ford? And they'll be like, LS swap it. So that's really helpful.
Yeah. It's funny, though.
I just saw one on there today like that.
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. It's tough to keep on top of it all.
How many moderators do you have?
A little bit under 30. I think it's around 28 or 29.
Wow. And
it's a good amount.
Yeah, it really is. And so, how much power do the moderators have? Can they block people, or do they just remove threads, or what do they do?
The moderators, there's moderators and then there's administrators. The moderators can basically do anything, like remove threads, remove people, approve people. But they can't change the name of the group. They can't do all of the absolute control like administrators can.
Oh, kind of like our guys. Yeah, we have some of that.
This is pretty good. Like I'm just looking here. Like we talk about good advice and good success stories. There's a guy here, Sonny Scott, who wrote in, and I'm encouraged by the fact that he wasn't the guy gapping his rings at like 14 or 16. Shooting for 20 and on top ring gap. Had one I goofed on, and it's at 34. Now, where I expected this thread could go if it went badly. I mean, you could imagine the blow-by argument, and I mean, it would just go nuts. But people actually gave him right advice. You'll never know it's there. You won't notice a difference. Doesn't matter. Run it. It'll be fine. And that's accurate advice.
Yep.
That's good advice.
Yep.
Now, in fairness, I have not read through the whole thread. I don't know if there's going to be the guy that says, oh my God, so much blow by that, you're never going to be able to it's going to push all the oil onto the ground and you're going to crash and you're going to run into a tree.
Yep.
I didn't see that yet. But I mean, see, this is a good part of this resource because that's good information that I would give somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Actually, Ron Flood is a very good machinist, and he said, if you gap the rings too tight, everyone's going to know. But if you do it too loose, no one's going to know. Only you.
Yeah,
that's true. That's really true.
Actually, that whole thread, looking through it pretty quick, was fairly accurate.
The thing that used to bug me the most with Naziok was, when I first got into the forum deal, I was stupid like everybody else. I thought I could go on and somebody asked a question and I know the answer. I mean, I know it for a fact.
Hey, good luck with that.
Yeah. So you put the right answer down, and then you get people arguing with you. So then you flame them, and then you realize that they got all kind of sheep following them, and all these people believe the guy that has no idea what he's talking about.
Oh, it's like retard multiplication.
Yeah.
Well, because he's been there longer, so he has more seniority.
Yep.
So.
And then I realized, what the Democratic Party was.
Oh, come on.
Did I throw that in there
was
somehow?
So bad.
I'm sorry.
So bad.
Anthony, I hope you're not a liberal. for many reasons.
Oh, that was, but no, I'm looking through some of these threads and honestly, there is a fair amount of stuff here. So I guess the moral of the story is there can be, great conversation that can take place, but you just please be careful, the idiots.
Yeah, because you just have to use your head like anything else.
Now we put a plant question up here. Let's see, Todd, if you got anything.
Oh yeah, it's starting to roll.
Anthony, do you, before they get to the plant question, that's actually horrible that we're admitting to that, but
well, dipshit put it under his name, and he already wrote on the other thing.
So, Anthony, is this what you do for a living? I mean, do you actually make a living at this, or do you have a job?
No, actually, it's just a hobby. I'm pre-med.
Oh,
Really?
oh, pardon me.
So he's a smart guy.
Wow.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well, we're hoping you are.
yeah, if you're going to be a doctor, Christ.
What?
I hope you're not going to a place like this to learn about.
Yeah, right. The Facebook pre-med group.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's
Christ.
like heart surgery 101.
Oh, man.
Hey, my heart stopped last night. What should I do? I don't know.
Oh,
Tell
shit.
your girlfriend to move out. Hey, that's good advice.
Yeah, it's successful.
So go ahead. Are we going to read the question from the plant?
I lost it.
Oh, my God.
Tad, are you watching it?
Yeah, I'm watching.
All right. Well, there are any good ones?
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, the first one, you should recognize this one, too.
Read the question.
All right, the question.
You got to bear with us, Anthony.
Yeah, we're dealing with
That's
Okay.
special
Yeah.
needs.
Okay, first time building a 350 for street use. Need to know what bearing clearance and what oil weight is ideal for the street engine, turning no more than $8,000, but driven hard every chance I get.
That's a well thought out question, if I say so myself.
You're an
Yeah.
idiot.
So continue.
That's the question. Now, you want to hear the first answer, or
Yes.
it should sound familiar to you? I get the best results after the machine shop does the machine. I hone the bearing down to the copper. Gets me the best horsepower.
Now that's got to be from Jay kidding
Yes.
around.
Here's
All
the-
right,
here's the
let's
first answer.
tell that story. We had a guy that didn't have proper bearing clearance. Now this was done at an automotive machine shop.
Mhm.
Just to show you that this is not limited to Facebook groups. This is an automotive machine shop.
Real actual shops.
His rod clearance was too tight. They actually honed the bearings.
So you could see copper.
I swear to God. So now they made a perfectly round bearing.
Whatever.
And that's not, the bearings are not round. And they gave him back the motor. Now, did he put that together?
Well, it was a complete motor. He put it in the car, started it up. We drove it. It was making noises. He had one of the, I don't know if he used an assembler or a machinist there, came over to his house, drunk,
Yeah, I remember that whole thing. Yeah,
started
yeah.
revving up the motor. The motor stalls. He's revving it. I hear nothing. Sounds fine to me. We're like, you want us to start it again? It
Yeah,
stalled.
I've heard this Tad story.
It's not my
At
story,
Loop.
man. That's the real deal.
Okay. So let's go down through the list here. Because now I found a thread. Bearing clearances are 2 to 3. Good answer. 8K is swinging it pretty hard. Not really.
Swinging it.
Oh, it depends if you have manly rods or not, right?
There you go.
Let's see. Keep looking, Ted. While I'm looking.
More people adding. So
Anthony, I got to ask you, what are you? I mean, there's no general pre-med, is there? I mean, what are you looking to do?
Just looking to be a doctor.
Oh,
Not really sure yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
I guess not until you get in there and pick your.
I got to tell you,
Poison.
this thread was pretty good, but nobody addressed the oil question yet.
No.
How many people are answering that? That's amazing to me. We did this half an hour ago.
Yeah, well, it's funny. When we did the one on NASDAQ, I got like one answer in a week.
Well, that's because they're all idiots.
Well, now we got a guy who's exactly like what Anthony would say.
Swap an
Swap
LS.
it for an LS. Now, this is the guy. Hold on. This is the guy. I've read about this guy, and we're going to have to. I wanted to ask Anthony about this, so I'm glad he posted. Why are we not supposed to say Len Tabuchi is gay?
Yes. Okay, Len is he's internet famous. He's a giant troll. And the common thing was it was a late model mayhem group. It was basically just like a trash talking group. And he is like the king over there. So everyone just dug through all his stuff. Turns out he used to be a cheerleader when he was younger. So. Everyone went crazy with him being called gay. So when I made the group, I made it sure that, like, Len Tabuchi's not being called gay.
That's really funny.
All right, so this guy, he is a legit. He's got a picture of a CTSV on his or a CTS, I think. Isn't that what that is?
But he is making muscles, and he's got a Powerhouse shirt on.
Yeah, and he's not exactly a huge dude.
He might be gay.
He might be.
Can we say it on our show?
No judgment. No judgment.
Yeah, but it's our show.
Well, I don't care.
I'm not judging the guy.
Why you got to be like that?
I just said he might
You're
be.
everything the liberals say you are.
There's
you know
a
that?
chance. Okay. My bad.
Wow. So that, because I see this all the time, but the funny thing is he's probably listening because he's answering in the thread.
Oh, I just talked to him right before this. He was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about calling."
Okay. Well,
Ooh,
he's more than welcome to call in, and he can explain or deny his gayness.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. And
Well, tell me why I should put an LS in
He
it.
can explain around that picture that he's not gay. Tell him to call.
Well, that's good. This whole thing's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. And we're off the rails.
No, but there's actually a lot of good information.
It is a great site. So, are you planning any changes, or do you like the way it's going? What do you see in the future?
Well, the biggest battle we have is with the misinformation. So the plan is just, build up the moderators, build up the administrators, try our best to, keep the misinformation as low as possible.
We have a guy, sorry to interrupt you, Mike, but we have a guy who would make a really good moderator.
Who?
Oh, God.
Fudd. Oh, am I wrong?
Why you got it? We're having a perfectly nice conversation.
I know. Sorry. Anthony, just disregard everything I just said. He wouldn't be a good moderator.
How would?
Wait. He's putting it.
Look who's on hold. So awesome.
Oh my God, this guy's calling. Now, is this? Now, hold on a minute. Tad, quiet. Is this guy a friend of yours? This Tabuchi guy or whatever his name is?
Yeah, he's a friend.
All right, he's a friend. So he's not just some random guy you started messing with, and now he's following you. He's your. All right, let's get him to come on here.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute here. I got a lock.
What's his first name?
Len.
Len. All
He's
right.
asking what the number is.
Well, he's on the phone, so
All right,
he must have figured it out.
Hello?
Len, are you there?
What's up, buddies?
Hey, man.
Very nice phone. It's clear.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
clear.
It's an iPhone 7 Plus.
Hey, Len, are you gay?
Len, the jury's out right now based on that picture.
Based on the picture there, people think I'm not a real person, so I put it in the picture. That's the thing.
All right, so what you're saying is that picture's fictional?
A lot of people think I'm fictional. I have hundreds of memes of me being made of just people think I'm not a real person online at all, and what I do is just for fun.
Now, is that really your picture or no?
Oh, that's definitely me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, did you know Anthony before this started, or are you a troll that migrated to the group?
It was before the group created. I knew Anthony from Facebook. I really don't know him personally, but I knew him on Facebook from different groups. I used to be in Mod Motors a lot. I think that's where I met Anthony, I think.
Yeah, we were both in the Mod Motors wagon.
So you literally, you're a professional troll.
Professional troll.
Oh, yeah. I think it all started when I was into Mod Motors. I was one of the biggest advocates for Mod Motors, loved Mustangs, had a Coyote car, had a 2-valve, sold that, and then flipped over to an LS platform, the CTSV auto, and produced good numbers, and people got really upset.
So are you also one of the LS Swap It guys?
No, I mean, I think that you should keep the engine you have, and then keep things simple, keep it realistic. I mean, don't go out and spend all this money to do something that's never going to happen. I always think you should keep it realistic.
Pretty realistic answer.
Yeah.
Good. So wait a minute. You're not really the troll you claim to be. You know what you're doing.
I mean, I'm a troll to piss people off, and I mean, I'm on Facebook every day. I get hundreds of notifications. Last night I woke up with 1,200 notifications, 300 message requests, and I get messaged all day long about things. And the Coyote owners is where it all started. As you guys probably heard, Yellow Douchebag on Facebook talks a lot of crap about things. And I kind of do that for the LS guys now, just for that reason, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I joined LS First Mods, and boy, that's a real show on that group.
I thought he was going to fight with
Yeah,
us
I mean,
more.
I troll a lot, but
I thought he was going to threaten us or something.
No, because most trolls they don't get like that.
That would have been fun.
But he's not. He's trolling
No, I know.
for
Yeah.
humor. So
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I completely
no,
respect
he's a
that.
smart
Well,
troll. It's actually awesome. It's what you do on
It's
Twitter.
what I do on
Yeah,
Twitter.
yeah, I know.
Absolutely. All right. Fast question,
We
Len.
might have to hire him.
How fast is your Cadillac?
I went to. I've been trying to go to the track for a while now. I went to the track once, ran 6 times in a row, back to back to back. Ran, I think, I don't even know the number. I ran like 100 mile an hour and 98 mile an hour in the 8th.
Oh, so it's a regular Cadillac.
Yeah. it's
Like
nothing.
no crazy motor swap or anything. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Oh no, it's just like I put like $1,200 in mods in it so far. Got a BTR cam in the mail. Going to pick it up tomorrow morning. Got some headers coming, some intake coming, some other stuff coming in the mail. So we'll see where it ends up.
All right. Good deal.
Hey, on a side note, it looks like Nitro Scott and Fudd have some kind of little bromance going on.
Oh, God.
No.
We'll have to intervene here.
Can I break in something real fast?
Sure,
Yeah,
Ted. Go ahead.
Because Fudd's doing an LS swap on his Mopar, so he'd be a perfect mod. Seriously.
Fudd wouldn't be a perfect anything. FYI. Mike, why do you got to be like that?
I would not like anything. I'm just sitting here.
Why would you say that?
Because you brought the poor guy up for no. He didn't even say anything stupid today.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Well, not to me anyway.
Yeah, well, not to you.
Sure,
but
he talked.
He did. Yeah, he spoke. So
All right. Well, Len, thanks for calling in, buddy, and we'll be sure to watch you trolling.
we might hire you to troll for us one day.
Sounds good, man. You guys have a good night.
All right, man. Later.
See ya.
All right.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
was
good.
good. So, Anthony, you didn't. I don't know if you're going to get to the question that I asked you, but do you have any plans for the future other than being a doctor? I mean, are you just going to let it fly?
I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah. The doctor's main goal. This is just like side thing, but if it turns into something, I'll roll with it.
That should be an interesting
Well, I
one.
mean, is there any way to leverage Facebook to make money?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few ways. Vendors, sponsors, stuff like that.
Yeah, you get enough followers.
Nothing like automatic,
No.
like the.
Well, yeah, you're making Zuckerberg money. So
We got to talk. Hey, what do you? Does anybody advertise on your site?
No, not really. I said there's no like direct advertising, but let's say someone's like making something new product that someone will like. If they talk about like what it's about and the thing, it's fine. But if they're gonna come on and just be like, "Hey, check out my shop," then no.
Gotcha.
No.
So you clipped that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because we got to figure out.
Yeah.
What we can do here.
we need more followers.
No, well, I mean, yeah, I guess you would think, but I mean, based on the downloads, we should be doing something.
Well, we probably should,
Yeah.
and that's
I
something
know.
we have to get into at some point in time.
Well, Anthony's a doctor; he should be able to tell us something.
Yeah, you're a smart guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the thing is this. Let's go back to his resource. The resource is pretty good overall for the volume of people, and I got to tell you that Tad's kind of bait question was sort of just fine. Really
Good.
wasn't too bad.
That's good. How far are you into the doctor thing?
Last semester at undergrad, so
Oh, really?
Wow.
in the summer and all that. Yeah.
So you're 4 years in, and you probably got like 3 to 5 left, depending on what you do.
Yeah. Well, more towards the 5 or 8 end, but yeah, it's a lot more schooling left.
No, we didn't ask him unless I spaced out and missed it.
You didn't.
He started this because he was looking at something for bearing clearance. Well, what was his project that made him
Oh, good.
get into this?
I like the way you did that.
Were you in the middle of a project for yourself and trying to find answers, or how did that happen?
Someone else was doing that, and I just enjoyed it. It's just like a hobby of mine, so I like just learning new stuff and all that. So, yeah, I do have a project. I'm actually LS swapping Mustang Cobra, which gets a lot of people crazy, but yeah.
That's actually funny.
But it's
It is
good.
funny.
He's anti-LS swap. You can't just answer LS swap, and he's
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
the right thing to do.
not really. He could have put a 2J in it.
Oh, Christ, you and your fucking stupid ass 2Js.
The guy that wants to put a Hemi in a GTR.
That was you, Tad.
No, it wasn't me.
No, that was you.
That was you.
I mean, I think the LS swap makes complete sense because of the cost. I mean, everything to work with that motor is easier, less expensive. I mean, to me, it's a fantastic deal.
I agree.
No, that's awesome. All right.
Or you could have put a 2J though.
Enough with the fucking 2J.
Just saying.
All right. Well, I mean, I got to tell you, I think everybody should go check out this resource. And, please, people, if you're going to go there, I guess the most important thing we could say to anybody is if you don't know something, shut your mouth. Because, you just, if you answer, you're just adding to the pollution, all this. But
Mike would be a good moderator for you because he does know everything.
No.
Especially if you have a sidebar that asks about friggin' KC lights or something like that. I'm just saying, Mike, I know how smart you are.
I'm glad somebody realizes that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I want to be a moderator. I mean, I guess the most important thing is to figure out, hang on, who's the fucking idiot now? Tad.
It's always Tad.
It's always Tad.
I know.
We're just so you know, Anthony, what happened is we're listening, we're talking, and all of a sudden we're hearing ourselves back 10 minutes later, and it's Tad again.
On his phone.
Not me again. It was Tom before too. So
Yeah, once.
I don't know why it's so hard.
give you a chance.
But what I mean, probably the easiest thing is you do have to get quality moderators that can spot, bullshit and turn it off.
FUD.
And remove. No, I mean, I'm being serious. I mean, how do you qualify a moderator? And then more than anything, do you just go, you can't, I don't know how Facebook works. Can you just delete posts and not affect the person standing in the community? Or, I mean, how would you even do that in a resource like this? Like you've got, let's say somebody answered Ted's bearing question and said, you need no more than 1,000. And you said, all right, that guy's got to go. You delete his answer. Well, then it comes back 5 minutes later. I mean, how do you handle that?
Well, you could block him, right?
Well, I mean, is it moderated? I mean, how does that work?
Well, ask him.
Is it moderated? How does that work?
He's looking at me.
Yeah, if I see some answers like that, I just delete them. But if I see them doing it multiple times, I either message them about it or I'll just delete them.
Gotcha.
You could just ban somebody, right? Or block them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, at this point, is it a private group or is it an open group?
It's a closed group right now.
Yeah.
So now what does that mean? You have to ask to join, but nobody has to invite you?
But you can't see until
You can invite people.
You can't see it until they accept you, though. Can't.
Well, we're on that other site that we can't talk about. And
What? LBGT?
shh,
Sorry.
I thought you weren't supposed to talk about it.
I don't know.
But I don't think that
The rainbow
site.
community.
No. Well, let me clarify something here. I don't know what site Tom's going to, but I'm talking about a site that is about liquor, bacon, guns, and tits. So it is not.
Oh, that one.
You have to be careful when you say LGBT, Tom. I just.
Wait a minute. Who got you onto the site, dude?
You did.
Okay.
But I don't.
All right.
I mean,
I know. The joke of it is the people
a
that are
lot of
listening
people
don't
listening
know.
to this. Not saying it's a bad thing, Len.
Right,
Not trying to offend you or anything. But
He's not gay, is he?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry. Anthony, you expect this to be professional, right?
What?
You expected this podcast to be professional, didn't you? We've
I actually wasn't sure what I was, and then when I was listening to you guys in the beginning. I'm like, all right, I don't have to be all uptight then.
No, you don't have to be upset.
not at all. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
So with that particular group, I don't think you can just seek it out and join it because I think that's a very private, might even be secret group, even though you said the name.
Yeah.
But with like a group like this, if somebody wanted to join it, can they just search it and ask to be a member?
No, you got to be invited by a member.
Well, that's with that group, but I don't know if this group.
Anthony's. Yeah, I don't know. Anthony.
Yeah, you can seek it out. It's fine. We were a secret group for like 12 hours, and the problem is with a group this big, if you turn it into a secret group after 24 hours, they'll make it a secret group permanently, and no one will ever see it again.
Really?
Oh, really? So you can't come back?
Yeah, after 5,000, everything gets weird. You can't have a public group, so no one can see the members in it after 5,000. So that's why it's a closed group. You can't see anything unless you join. And the secret groups, you can't see anything. You would have to be invited by a friend.
What's the point of a secret group?
Secret groups.
Yeah, what's the point of that?
Well, we do have, in the beginning when we had a lot of trolls and stuff, we made a secret group called Engine Building 101 Purgatory, where we would take the people, when they would get really pissed off, we would just send them a link to the secret group and say, hey, we're talking about you in here, why don't you come in? And, they would join, or we would, friend them and then add them. And then we would just, have fun with them. But it turned into, administrators' headquarters and stuff. We modded the group basically on the secret group. It ends up working out pretty well.
I didn't know any of this Facebook stuff like this existed. Like, I didn't know these little caveats that, like, okay, if you're a public group after 5,000, you can't see anything. I
neither.
Didn't know any of that stuff happened.
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
We should start our own Facebook.
I have no time for that.
Yeah, I know. You're too busy looking
Tad,
at fucking light
social
bars.
media guy. That's what you're
working on
supposed to do.
I'm working on it.
All right. Well, Anthony, you want to plug your site, your page? I guess
Sorry, what?
you want to plug your page. Tell people where to get to it.
Tell the other people listening that
Sure.
aren't on it.
Yeah, just go in your search bar on Facebook, type in Engine Building 101, and it should be the first one that pops up.
I see there's also a classified section here, too. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have classified, we have electrical stuff, wiring, tuning. We have chassis setup 101.
Oh, look at all this.
Building 101. Yeah, we have a bunch.
That's what I was reading
And
before.
we have some that are just, We also have a secret group called Engine Building 102, and that's where we recruited a bunch of people that consistently give out good information, and we brought them all into that group to kind of get rid of all the misinformation.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't even realize there were all those other groups. That's pretty cool. Well, listen, like everything else, use at your own risk, use your own head, look at the advice. You got to weed through it. But I mean, it's really not a bad resource. And Anthony, I'm sorry it came off in the beginning like we were going to do nothing but trash it, because that's really not it. We've talked about the misinformation problem, many times. And if you don't have somebody to call, and I mean, we all do it. If we're looking for information, we go to the internet to hopefully find somebody smarter than us at the subject we're interested in. It's just not always easy. So I do appreciate what you're doing. And I think it could be good if you keep on top of it.
Yep. It takes constant attention to keep it, decent. And it's getting hard after 40,000 members. It's a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer some questions on there. I'm going to start tomorrow.
Are you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Are you gonna answer as Tom from
No.
Manly Performance?
No.
So well, that's
another-
actually good, because then you can be a douchebag
If I have to.
and answer
Yeah.
Or another way, header 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
answer questions at the same time. All right, Anthony. Well, look, it's been fun, dude, and I hope you understood it was always going to be a relaxed show today. It's not a.
No, it was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I hope you enjoyed it, and we appreciate you coming on, and hopefully we'll get you some more members to give you some more misinformation
Good guys. We just want good guys to join. All right, that's all we want.
and FUD.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Anthony, you take it easy.
Hey, good luck, man. Good luck in school too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right, man. See you.
Good guy.
He is, and I guess that test question didn't go as we planned.
No, completely blew us out of the water because the answers were good. I was more impressed by the ring question further down. The 28, and he hit 34. I mean, because we actually talked about that. I mean, I knew that, but I mean, you don't want to say it. But yeah, did I put rings in like that? Sure. Circle track motor, it's, Thursday, and the guy's got a race Saturday. Hit that, blew it a little bit. Yeah, it's going in there.
And what happened?
Nothing.
Yeah, of course not.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
But it just, I mean, that's nice that there's some good answers in there.
I've actually got replacement rings for guys that they were a thou too big. Could you imagine? A thou.
So what do you mean?
A thou. They wouldn't put them in.
They blew it by a thou and they wanted a ring?
Yeah. I am not
No.
kidding. Oh, I'm not kidding.
Come on, dude.
Dude, we had a guy, this is a true story. This happened not a year ago. We had a guy in New Zealand buy a set of rods. And I don't know how it happened because they're in New Zealand. He weighed them. and he got different weights than we got. He had one rod that was 0.7 of a gram out of our spec, 0.7, and he wouldn't put it in. He just wouldn't install it. We said, dude, swap pins. Put your lightest pin in that hole. Pistons, anything. A drop of oil is going to change that. Didn't want to hear it.
Seriously?
0.7 of a gram. Yep.
Tell him just to.
He paid to send him back.
Did you tell him to grind his rod bolts?
Well,
good call. That's a great call, man.
what? He didn't do anything to any of you today.
That's a legitimate.
I'm not standing up for the guy because Lord knows he needs some abuse. I mean,
and he's getting it.
And he's getting it. But I didn't have to pile on today. He was actually quite good sitting in your seat, filling in. He did all right.
All right.
Did you listen? Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I told you. I started to listen, but then I was on the plane.
Plane took off.
Yeah.
It really wasn't bad. Was that outside of your manly spec? Is that what you're saying? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't.
We have a set of rods. Our spec is 3 grams.
Okay.
He saw that. He weighed them himself, and one of the rods didn't match a box. So we don't know anything about his scales or, who knows, but it was one rod.
Yeah.
Don't know how it happened. No idea. So he waited for 4 months because we would make a run of rods. I was going to send him a rod. We always do the right thing.
Yeah.
Like, all right, dude, well, we got to make another run, see where the weights work out. They didn't work out in his favor. So he waited another couple months. It ended up being 4 or 5 months. Finally, he paid to send them back to us, and we sent him a new set.
Did you pre-weigh them?
Yeah. Well, the ones we sent out were good.
So
I don't know what happened. But it's 0.7 of a gram.
you couldn't have just said, "Hey, look, what version of the instruction sheet do you have?" No. See that was we revised. That. Now it's 5.
There was nothing we could say because him and his engine builder knew everything.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah, that was them.
Well, maybe he went on
Crafty engine
Facebook.
Yeah.
He went on Facebook beforehand and
or the Google.
the Google.
Yeah. Anyway, so what else we got?
I'm still trolling this guy's page. I'm looking to see what's on there.
Do
You
they
want to
have
be a professional troll?
Do they have a light bar section?
Ooh,
That's
Okay.
a legitimate
All right,
question.
so are we going to have to talk about the fucking light bar since you brought it up all day?
Yeah,
Is that really what we got to talk about?
Well, we should.
Okay. I want a light bar. I want a good light bar.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to eBay and buy a $59 one. I don't want to go to Amazon and buy a $200 one because if I'm going to invest any money at all, I want it to be correct.
That's what you should do.
So what's wrong with that?
Not a thing. I just have to bust your balls.
Okay.
I mean, really. What do you do to me whenever we talk?
ooh.
Well, I'm just curious if I'm missing something here.
No.
And I know it can be a little nutty. a little, not bad.
Okay.
But I'm really particular about lights.
You're really particular about a lot of things, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I think that lights, especially for the things I'm looking for, the color temperature matters.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to see something. So I think it's good. Now, I wish they weren't so expensive. And there's got to be a way. Because all this shit isn't made here.
No, it's all made.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's the same. The eBay guy,
The eBay guy for $58 is probably the same one that's on Amazon for $250. And probably very much the same one that the light company is selling for $650.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, probably all the same.
Yep.
So yeah, I think
Yeah, we just see it a little bit different in that I appreciate the good stuff, but if I could try it for a couple $100 and it fails.
Oh, see, I probably left this little part out. I got a little one to see what it does.
Oh,
and it's awful.
Well, you're an idiot. You didn't tell me that.
I thought I did. I think
that's a big detail, man.
I have it's in the back of my truck.
Oh,
it's for everybody that's listening, those stupid, they're like, just, what would you call them? They're strips. They're not even strips, but they're light bars. They're LEDs and they got a bunch in it.
But they're small. They're like 1.5 inch by whatever long.
I bought a 20-inch one because I figured I'd pop that right on top of the plow frame
and see what it's like
and be perfect. So I, got a cigarette lighter adapter and some wire and hooked the thing up and pointed at the woods, and it's kind of lit up, but you can't see anything. It's not a good light. It's like just.
I got you.
It's almost like you notice it because it's blue, but you can't really see any detail.
Okay.
I'll show you when we
when we're
when
done.
we leave. I'll show you.
We'll go. Okay.
So yeah, so I'm gonna buy some good lights.
All right, good.
That's my deal.
Tad,
Picking on me about lights.
what do you got?
Just going through how many comments and likes and stuff we got on my test question here on 101.
Is there anything else on there, Todd? Like answer wise, like that was out of whack? Because now if people listen, they might start trolling us.
You know, we should tell the guys we're not going to be around for a little while, right? I think we told them last week, but because the holidays are coming up, we're going to miss. We're going to miss. Are we going to miss a few weeks? Or are you going to do it?
We were.
Well,
I mean, next week is Christmas.
Yeah.
The week after that's New Year's.
All right, let's get this straight while we're all here. What is what? When is Christmas?
Sunday.
Christmas is Sunday?
Yeah. So the day after Christmas is Monday.
The day after Christmas is Monday.
We could all tell everybody what we got for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I'm going to be around that day. The day after New Year's probably isn't a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Well, it's up to you.
Well, the day after New Year's probably is not a big deal. I don't want to come the day after Christmas. I know I'm going to have family shit going on.
Yeah, well, that's for you. I mean, I got to worry about me, my mother, my brother. That's it.
So, but day after New Year's we could do it. But then the next 2 Mondays I'm in Japan.
Okay. Well, I mean, Fudd has graciously offered to sit in for you, and like I said, I mean, it was very hard for me to do this, but I actually paid him a compliment. I said he did a good job. He stayed on mic. He didn't derail himself. He was actually pretty good. So I gave him a compliment.
Good.
So he said that he'd help out. You know.
Well, then it's up to you.
So we can do that. I mean, I don't want to take 2 weeks off if we can help it. So what do we plan on? The day after New Year's is good, and this will be our Christmas break.
Yeah.
This will be our last show until after.
Yeah.
All right. So January 2nd, we'll be back. Is that right?
Yep. That's right.
Is it?
Yeah.
So New Year's is Sunday too?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have
right there.
Works for me.
All right.
Works for you?
Yeah, works for me.
And then the first week I'm back, we're probably going to have the injector dynamics guy.
Yeah, no, you actually had a conversation with Paul about this, like back and forth. So this is finally all worked out. Well, that's always a bonus.
Yeah, we'll get him. We're going to get Magnus back. We're going to try to get a bunch of cool people.
I think the injector dynamics guy is going to be really awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show.
I think and I mean, I don't want to make it into something like, highly technical, but I think there's a lot of good information that could be gotten.
It's going to be a good
guy.
show.
I think so.
Yep.
All right.
We'll have to advertise that for longer than an hour.
Yeah, for sure. We got to get on to next week. All right, so that's the deal. We won't be back next week, but we'll be back January 2nd for the new year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.